look quite as well organized as earlier, but where you see this red, it is possible there's at least going to be some strong wind with it, and it is possible that there could be a tornado forming with this. This is going to lift to the north, and this is going to move up the mountains toward the Blue Ridge Parkway, including the Peaks of Otter. So this cell here is going to end up moving right across the mountains, eventually crossing the Blue Ridge Parkway within the next 20 minutes. I also want to show you another part of the cell, which is in Botetourt County. So let's zoom out a little bit. So it's sometimes you can zoom in, you can almost kind of lose perspective here, but let's remove the warning box. And what I want to do is to put this map into relation to Roanoke, so our viewers in Roanoke can know what's going on. So Roanoke, you're good. Of course, you have flash flooding, but as far as the tornadic part of the storm, you're good. I'm not seeing an obvious tornado signature in here. And also, Thomas, I want to get your perspective on this. Do you see, near Fincastle, this would be an area to watch. This is along 220 toward Eagle Rock. But Thomas, have you had any reports of any storm damage from this part of the storm, or as the National Weather Service, they said they're going to continue this part of the tornado warning?
They did actually, just a few minutes ago, they put out a little report, preliminary report on part of that storm that is now moving across Bedford. A train spotter actually reported a possible tornado that occurred around the intersection of Dickerson Mill Road and Fiddler Creek Road. And a number of large trees are down, along with significant damage to several homes. So it sounds, unfortunately, similar to what Sarah has already seen much further to the southeast, of course. And a number of power lines are down there as well. So again, very similar situation. Sounds like a weak tornado probably went through an area. No reports of any injuries, but definitely some damage in the area with this storm that's now, again, moving through and out of Bedford County soon.
And so what I want to do, Will and Thomas, could you zoom out on this map? Let's probably stop the animation here. And let's zoom out and let's show this in relation to Bedford and Dickerson Mill Road. Gosh, I remember covering some tornado damage on this road. It's probably about 5-6 years ago now, right through here. But Thomas, that was new info for us. Could you repeat that info that you got from that storm spotter? This is a storm, we're covering the tornado warning. What was that info you got about the storm damage?
Yes, so the spotter reported there was a possible tornado in the vicinity of the intersection of Dickerson Mill Road and Fiddler Creek Road. There's a number of large trees that are down, along with damage to multiple homes, and there's a lot of power lines down as well.
I hate to hear that. That's, yeah, that's the part of the storm with the tornado warning. Will, could you back up the radar data on this? I want to go back, just to be clear, this is not happening this exact second, but yeah, this part of the cell here, so this would have been near 5 o'clock, right through here, that is where this possible tornado was located. We're going to phrase it as a possible tornado. It hadn't been confirmed. There's obviously some type of storm damage, but that's certainly, yeah, yep. This red and green. Zoom out a little bit, sir, on the radar. This was, yeah, we were specifically pointing out this area to the south of Montvale, but there was definitely a strong signature of rotation just to the southwest of Bedford. Bedford's here, and again, this was from earlier. But there was definitely an area of rotation. Actually, we've seen multiple areas of spin make their way across Dickerson Mill. Okay, so that one was near, oh yeah, earlier this evening. So storm damage has been unfortunately reported out of that cell. Let's go back now to show you, and we'll be going to Danner shortly, but first I want to check on the cell in Pittsylvania County that has the tornado warning on it. And a couple of areas of rotation that we're watching. We have this area here, which is basically east of Chatham. That's near State Highway 57. Avoid driving on 57 east of Chatham. And there's a second area of rotation. It's almost under this polygon. This is near Kentuck Road and the Keeling community, Sutherland, right through here. That is lifting to the north, but I would actually not be surprised if, Chatham Road right here, if that is a small tornado. That could be a small tornado right there in eastern Pennsylvania County. And there's also that circulation, which is also showing up near Kentuck. That's going to be staying west of the town of Halifax, but that is moving to the north. So, my goodness, we continue with all of these tornado warnings. Danner, I know you have some new info.
Yes, we are showing you all of the damage that we've seen across the viewing area today. And some families in the Vinton area are assessing the damage to their homes. ABC 13's Rachel Tillipod joins us live from a home where a tree fell on it.
Danner, I'm here off of Hazelwood Terrace, where homeowners tell me that this tree fell onto the home around 11 this morning. The main damage was to the siding and the gutters. Dean Davidson and his family live here. He says he was outside when the tree crashed onto the house.
I've chased storms. I've been a spotter for 35 years for the Weather Service and a consultant meteorologist. I've never felt like, I've never been that close. Like, there's been close things happen, but that was definitely an adrenaline rush.
He tells me his mom and dad were inside, but thankfully they were not injured. One tree also fell across the driveway, so no one could come in or out. Davidson tells me that there are crews that have actually come in the last hour to clean up that tree off of the driveway. For now, I'm live reporting in Vinton. Rachel Tillipod, ABC 13 News.
All right, thanks, Rachel. And as our crews are out there assessing the damage for you, our crews here inside also watching the storm, tracking the tornado threat for you. Let's send it over to Tom Spattle.
Thanks, Tanner. Yeah, we're still watching these storms as they continue to move northward. A lot of them still somewhat strong, strong enough to get these little rotation couplets going. And as we mentioned just a few minutes ago, that the tornado watch has been extended till about 8 o'clock later today. So it does look like we've still got enough energy going. But notice we are starting to see some areas clearing up, not seeing quite as much of those training and the storms going over the same spots, which is some good news. But still, let's get a little closer to this storm just over Bedford County, getting a little closer there. It's about to cross over 81, but soon into Buchanan, just to the west of the peaks of Otter as well. Somewhat broad rotation, but there's still something in there that we want to watch just to keep an eye on it and make sure that there's not something that is on the ground. So if you are out ahead of this line out in the Buchanan area, 81 Fincastle, get to your safe place. Make sure that you have the right equipment and everything that you need to get through this. Make sure you're in the interior area of your home. If you don't have a basement, avoid any windows. Trying to get as close to the center of your house as you can without having too many doors or anything, and put as many walls as you can between you and the outside. And again, if you don't have a basement, throw a pillow over your head, get under the bed, things like that. Now, as this storm continues to move towards the north, we're going to keep watching it. Let's get a little track on this and see some other locations that we're kind of expecting just as we watch this. Another quick scan there. Looks like we still have enough showing up there just to the west again of Peaks of Otter. It looks like that storm's still drifting pretty much towards the north and northwest, I'd say. And yeah, so here's a couple little cities and communities that you need to be keeping an eye on. Again, Buchanan area just in the next couple of minutes, just to the west of Peaks of Otter. We're expecting James River High School again about 5:57, so that's about 15 minutes away. It has been able to stay together for quite a while. We've been watching this storm since it was south of Roanoke, and then it's crossed past Roanoke, moving through Bedford County, and now lifting north a little further and getting more towards the I-81 corridor and moving towards the Blue Ridge as well. So that storm still has potential to get a little stronger as it continues to move north. But enough rotation there. You can still see that very bright red, and that's what we're watching. So when those colors get really bright, that means the winds are picking up a little higher. You're seeing a higher wind and the gusts just ramping up. If we start seeing those reds and greens getting close together, that's what we watch for to indicate where those storms are rotating.
As well.
It does look
43
like,
and the
yeah.
Parkway merge right around that area.
It's very close to the Parkway, yeah, just next to the Peaks of Otter. But looks like it's going to be getting there in the next few minutes. But this one lasts till about 5:45, so we still have about 5 more minutes until this one's going to be expiring. Probably keeping a close eye on that as we go throughout the next couple of minutes.
Thomas, this is interesting. So we have the mountains here, and you may be wondering, wait, we have the mountains in the way. Is that going to break this up? The way that the mountains would actually impact this, and if you think about this, this probably makes sense. So if you have a tornado, let's say that you're holding a Pringles can, and picture that this Pringles can is the shape of a tornado, this tube. When you go up the mountains and you go up the terrain, it is going to squeeze that Pringles can, that tube together, and that can actually help to increase the wind speed. So you can actually have more damage as this tornado would say be going up the mountain, and then when it's coming down, the tube is then stretched, and that's when it can start to unravel. So it's a bit of a mystery how much this is going to hold together, But as a tornado goes up the mountains, it's possible that the wind speeds get stronger as everything gets compressed together. And then when it goes down, it would have a better chance to weaken. So as again, right through there, the peaks of Otter and the Blue Ridge Parkway, where we have that one storm with the tornado warning. Now what I want to do, let's reset for everyone, because I'm guessing there's a good number of you in Lynchburg that are saying, well, we've had rain, we've had wind today, but actually really hasn't been the worst day in the world. We've been lucky here in Lynchburg. We've avoided the worst of it, and we've avoided the tornado warnings. Once we get beyond these two storms, I don't think we're going to see very much more that's going to have our interest for tonight. This cluster here will move northward toward Brookneal in Campbell County, and this second cluster of tornado warnings will move northwest, and that'll be moving toward Covington. We'll be watching for any other activity that develops, but the trend is that we should gradually see things start to settle down for tonight. In fact, you may have noticed, if you've been out the last few hours, it's not as windy as it was earlier. That's because the storm, what's left of the hurricane, is gradually winding down, so the spin is decreasing. But as of now, we still have these two storms with the tornado warnings, as you can see. We have the one warning. I'm going to zoom into this because I want to take a closer look at this for myself. Let's go back to the storm right now, which is in Danville, or just east of Danville in Pittsylvania County. Yes.
They are going to reissue for that, the one that we're going down on in Halifax County. They're going to reissue for that. The current one expires at 5:45. They have not given a time of when this one would expire, but generally by today they've issued for about 30 minutes at a time. So we'd be bumping up probably 6:15-ish. We'll wait for the new polygon to come in. I would assume they're probably going to clean up some of this action as well.
So the new warning that Will's telling you is going to be coming out, this is going to include Brookneal. So if you're watching in Brookneal, if you have the ABC 13 weather app, it should be going off shortly. If you're in Campbell County and have the ABC 13 weather app and you're in the path of this storm, you're about to get another tornado warning, and you should be getting the notification from your ABC 13 weather app. So that should be coming out within the next 5 minutes in Campbell County. As far as the rotating areas, yes, sir.
Sorry, before they issue this new one, they are going to let the one in Bedford County expire.
Okay. That one didn't. Okay. So, all right. So let me take you back down to here, and then we're going to go live to Danner. So right through here, this part of the storm, there's a rotating area. This is going to pass near the Volans community and toward Brookneal. So if you're in Brookneal, you'll be needing to get into your place of tornado shelter here shortly. We'll cover the storm next. Right now, Danner has more info for us.
Yeah, we want to take you to the Roanoke Valley right now to show you some damage in Roanoke. That's where we find ABC 13's Bridget Kelly. And Bridget, show us what you're seeing.
Street and Elm Avenue. Now, if you take a look behind me, you can see this massive tree that was ripped from the ground earlier today. Now, this tree came down before noon. On your screen, you can see the damage it did to the house next to it. Trees have been going down in Roanoke all day today. I'm told Roanoke's barricade team has responded to around 60 calls for downed trees and power lines since 6:30 this morning. Right now, Roanoke's Emergency Operations Center is activated.
Members of the Fire Marshal's Office, Police Department, Sheriff's Office, and Public Works are responding to these calls to clear roadways and notify AEP in order to keep other resources available.
The rain has been off and on all day, but Roanoke Fire EMS urges people to stay indoors and avoid unnecessary travel until the weather clears up. Now, there are still some road closures in Roanoke, so if you're heading out, make sure you guys are staying careful. Live in Roanoke, Bridget Kelly, ABC 13 News.
And you can check out a lot of the other damage that we are getting into our ABC 13 newsroom by checking out our ABC 13 app or WSET.com. Continuing coverage of our Tracking the Storm tonight is after the break.
Okay, Limu, you said it. Then as I spike it, I'll tell them how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so they only pay for what they need. Got it? Did you get that? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
There is nothing like a Wendy's Frosty. It's cool, it's creamy,